When you check it out, the news are always full of stuff that's happening. We hear of a child pregnancy, we hear of miscarriages, we hear of abortion, we hear of murder, crime, we hear of people banging each other, we hear of people hating each other, we hear of family breakdowns, the divorces, leaving, kids, we have to deal with that emotional trauma and everything. We hear of a whole lot of things, wars, there are civil wars out there, poverty, sickness, everything. You know what that it means. That is how people are driving the vehicles of their life. That is how people as individuals and collectively are driving the vehicles of their lives. Be it on air, be it in the sea, be it on land. This is how they are driving. Collectively or individually. That's the driving way, expression and manner. Towards where they wanna be. Maybe they don't even know where they wanna be. That is why people just do some other things willy-nilly, with no care what happens, with no care how it affects other people, with no care how it affects the land, the planet, which is our home, our host, that feed us, clothe us, heal us, contain us and everything, So yeah, man, when you listen to the news each and every day, it gives you a picture of where the world is heading to, because by and large, news are always full of bad news. It's hard to find thing to celebrate in news. A news bulletin can be 10 minutes. Maybe 30 seconds of it is only when they talk about the nice things going on out there. But the rest is all about bad news. You'll sit and wonder, okay, somebody said, no, news, these companies, they need something sensational, to hit the potential customers where it hurts the most, so that they get the attention, I don't know. But all we are saying is even if we don't listen to the news, we experience these things. We see these things wherever we are, in our communities, in our countries, in this world over. We see stuff going on. There is a lot of negativity, going on out there. There is a lot of disharmony and disorder going on, So it simply shows you how people are driving the vehicles of their lives, So yeah, our topic today is, driving my way to my destiny. That's the topic, that's the issue that we're gonna be talking about here. Remember, you tuned into Mzansi Joburg City FM, and also you'll be tuning into Zawadi Firetrade YouTube channel, so to get more. If you missed the show, you have to go to Zawadi Firetrade YouTube channel so that you can get much of what we've been talking about, in this morning. So yeah, driving my way to my destiny, that's the topic. I wonder what comes into your mind as you are listening, to this, as you are getting this picture, because like driving give you a picture of somebody, be it on air, driving an aeroplane, or maybe driving a spaceship. Maybe some little, gray, some little gray, the short man, they're in a spaceship from some other extraterrestrial zone coming, but it's driving its way, to its destiny. Maybe it's sent to come and grab someone, grab something. Maybe like you have a picture of, this ship or this boat, in the sea or across the river. You see this train, you see this car, this bus, driving my way to my destination or my destiny. That is what we're talking about today. So, Queen, so when you check the vibration of this topic, today, what comes into your mind actually, or what's the energy that you feel, like driving my way to my destiny?
So when we say driving your way to your destiny, we're basically saying you need to take action and be in control of your life, and always remember that the distance between your dreams and the reality of those dreams, it's action. So that is the distance. So when you're driving and you want to go to your destiny, know that action is what it takes for you to get there. So it's actually the fuel. So you need to take action, be in control, and not only just plan, because people like planning. They plan. You'll plan the whole month, nothing, Luto action, and you're complaining that nothing is happening. My destiny is effed up. what's happening. God is not answering my prayers, but you're not taking action. Because at the end of the day, you can say, I want to be a doctor, for example. You can't say you want to be a doctor and you want God to take you to being a doctor immediately. You need to study. What are you doing in order for you to obtain that? Are you going to school? Are you furthering your studies? What are you doing? Take that action. So that is what comes to mind.
So you're saying like some plan.
You have people plan the whole year.
And then they play.
Yeah, it's like you're planning a wedding. It's not
But others, they plan, and then work. They wake up on the plan,
Yeah.
So you can't plan and then play. So you have to plan and work on the plan, you see. So actually, thanks very much, brown sugar sweetness. Like it gives me this picture, like when we're talking about driving my way, automatically what comes into my mind is this vehicle, that one is in, like is driving,
Yeah.
So if it's the ship, they're holding the rudder. If it's the plane, they're holding this is the steering wheel for the vehicle and kind everything. So when you are driving, actually, where are you driving? On the road. So the road has like partitions and where there is a driveway for each and every car. It's called the lanes. So there are many lanes. Some roads have 3 lanes, some 1 lane, some 2 lanes. Then there is that yellow line. That you don't have to overlap beyond that, So the road have also traffic lights, speed humps, all these road signs that govern, the nature of your driving, and also speed limit post and sign, that tell you in this zone or in this distance you drive at this speed. Those are commands that you find, or guidances that you find along the way as you are driving, on the road. Some other roads are 2-way, so that you have other cars that gonna be, it's the oncoming way and the ongoing way, So as you are driving, that is the thing, how do you, remain within the lanes? How do you control each and every vehicle? It has the control tools inside, control tools inside, the brakes, the steering wheel, the indicators, etc. You have to know how to use all these things so that your driving will be very much effective and safe, for others also, because you're not just driving alone. There are many other cars, there are many other motorbikes, on the road. There are even pedestrians that's gonna be crossing, crossing over, on the road. So there are stop signs, there are zebra crossing lines, there are all these lines that, commands how you travel, how you go, how you drive, So there's a lot of things, when it comes to, driving my way, but comes also is the idea that driving, for you to drive, the true sense. Some say that lie sense, but it must be the true sense, because we're dealing with truth and reality here.
Yeah.
It's true that you're gonna drive with other cars next to you, behind you, in front of you. You're gonna drive in a road where there are people crossing, other things crossing, and the roads are not even the same. We have dusty roads, especially in the squatter camps, or in the rural areas, the distant rural areas. When you get inland in the rural areas, it's all dusty roads, So you need to know how to, balance your vehicle, so how to use the control tools, all the mechanisms, so that you travel safely and effectively and arrive where you are going. And also, when driving, each and every vehicle need fuel, because you can't just drive like, I just bought a brand new Mercedes-Benz, but the tank is empty. You're not gonna get anywhere. You just sit there and take pictures and post on Instagram. That is it. It's not gonna take you to a Teguin, so you need fuel for the car to get there. And also, each and every car has a specific fuel, so you can't you use petrol for a diesel engine, you'll damage your vehicle. You check. So even if you are driving or you are flying on air, there is also those lanes, because there's a place where you don't have to go. through. Is the sky, is the space? Yes, but there is a way, the geographic partitions where they say, the plane must go there. It mustn't go at that point, because of 1, 2, 3 reason. Even if you are in the sea, you with the ship, your boat, there are laws and rules, that commands and guide your way and manner of driving that ship until you reach the destination. And when you check it out, as you are traveling, the road, it's not always the same, like the surface of it. Sometimes it's rocky. Sometimes even the roads have been neglected. There are potholes. Sometimes we find that maybe the people were staging a demonstration. There was a toy. They would like think, oh, that toy. Is it kids playing with toys? Languages are not the same. So somebody, when you say, oh, the toy, like thinking of toys, like maybe somebody's advertising toys. No, there are toys here. There are toys here. Come get one. No, you'll get into there are people that are demonstrating. So usually, especially here in South Africa, when you demonstrate, we take like rock boulders, we take logs, big logs, we take everything. We just block the roads. When I start making fire on the road and burning tires, burning. Sometimes we blame people, depending on the nature of the road. This is a thing that we see happening out there. So yeah, you are bound to meet a lot of things as you are driving. So you need to always be alert, when you are driving. Be sober and alert when you are driving. Also, that's why there is a need for this thing, because is it public defensive driving, something like PDP? Oh, I don't know. I'm not a driver after all. Me, I just walk, people. I walk. I walk from here to Limpopo.
Johnny Walker.
So I don't know about this thing, but there is that specific type of a license that you need, for driving, you see. So yeah, these are all meant to make sure that you drive responsibly and safely and don't interfere with other people. Your car, your vehicle doesn't interfere with other vehicles around, you see. So there are traffic rules, that you need to abide by, and you are bound to meet traffic officers along the way. So make sure that your car is roadworthy. Don't bring your skorokoro on the road, because what's going to happen? You will cause a traffic jam. Imagine you are in a freeway, then your skorokoro, that car, it gets stuck in the freeway. Now you have to push. The freeway is a cruising zone. People are just cruising there. There's no stopping. There are not even pedestrian, that need to be walking there. It's a freeway. Everyone is just, going there. So make sure that your car is roadworthy, please, before you take it to the road, take it out, because you might run the risk of causing accidents. Just take your car, you start thinking like you are a kind of shoemaster. Who's the fastest driver these days? In our days, it was Schumacher.
I know Vin Diesel because I watch Fast and Furious.
Way. You are in Hollywood, horrorhood.
Exactly.
Yeah. So don't think you are that Vin Diesel, Life is real. It's not a movie acting. So you just take your car high speed. The next thing, your steering wheel is locked. Then your car overturns, it bumps on other cars, bumps on other people. We don't want all these things, because in the idea of traveling, these are the things that we see each and every day. Road accidents. Sometimes it's not road accidents. So my colleague quickly was telling me a story just yesterday. He said, I don't know what's happening. I'm thinking of changing my route. When I'm coming this side, I usually use taxis from somewhere via Jozi to work. Yeah. So it's like yesterday in the morning, what happened is when you got to some place where this Freedom Park or what, like there is this truck that was in front of us. The next thing, there's a car that sped past us. It means they were following this truck. The taxi was following this truck. The next thing, there's a car that shoot past the taxi, past the truck, and make a dead end in front of the truck. And then two guys come out like waving pistols. They got to the truck. He said like two guys like sped for their lives. and the driver was seated there frozen, like,
But also, who drives behind a truck? Guys, when you watch Final Destination, we already know it's a no-go. You are not supposed to drive behind a truck.
Yeah, actually it means these guys had an incident somewhere along the way. Maybe like the wrong driving thing, like you are interfering with my space. Maybe I want to pass by, like you are blocking the way. So that sense of frustration and not being patient and logical and understanding and accepting. So this guy, they come out with the waving the pistol, these other two in the truck, they run for their life.
I thought it was an American thing because they have this thing called road rage.
Oh yeah.
So you have drivers that are pissed at each other and then they end up fighting or bumping into each other.
That's the thing. That's the scenario. So they saw that thing first day. He saw in the morning when he was going home.
Yeah.
He saw this second thing. Like this time it was this guy that they were hitting each other with spinners and they just opened the tools box. They start attacking this other driver.
Fixing the country.
So much is happening on the road, So make sure, when you are on the road, be very alert and, sober and, drive very responsibly, So it is important to have patience when you are driving, and also have a logic and understanding, It's so insane to just think, no, I'm in a rush, I'm rushing, I'm late. So every car has to open up space for you. You are interfering with other people's lanes now. You check, you are bound to make an accident, So all these roads fights, the traffic fight that we see, and also you are bound to meet as I said earlier on, the traffic officers, the National Traffic Department, the provincial, here in Jos you have the Metropolitan, and then you have the SAPS. You are bound to meet all those guys. So imagine you're traveling like 5 kilometers. This kilometer, this first, you meet the National Traffic Department. The next kilometer is the provincial. The next one is the Metropolis. The next one is the SAPS. Maybe the last one is those other officers who like, manipulating the circumstances or the situation of their office. They are always going around, intimidating drivers, to take bribes. Somebody wakes up and like, wow, for breakfast, I know I'm sorted there. I'm bound to meet somebody who's not roadworthy. I have breakfast, I have lunch. Some others tell you that, you see my house. I didn't use my salary. It's the money I hustled on my own. They say, I'm hardworking. I hustled so hard on the road. You're taking bribes, sister. Corruption. So these are the things that you are bound to meet on the road as you are traveling, as you are driving. Be it in space, in water or land, you are bound, to meet a lot of scenarios and incidences. So be awake, sober and aware and cautious. Be roadworthy. Man, don't find yourself in a way that now you have to pay you have this ticket from the National Department, the provincial, the Metropolis, the SAPS, and all those other guys who won't give you a ticket, but they will take money from you. If you say, I don't have cash, they'll say, just do an e-wallet, brother, or else,
I'm sure they have speed point machine.
They won't say transfer to my account. They know it's traceable. You can sue them. They just e-wallet. This is what is happening out there. So we're talking driving my way to my destination. So each and everyone was born for a purpose. Actually, kwa Kiswahili wanasema maisha ni safari. Kwa hiyo sote hapa duniani ni wasafiri. Kwa wasafiri wenzangu nasema hakikisha kwamba unasafiri vizuri. Kama unaendesha gari lako vizuri, kuwa makini kule barabarani na utii sheria za barabarani ili usafiri hadi ufikie kwenye hatima yako ama pale unapokusudia kwenda ama kufika. So if you don't follow these rules, traffic rules, and you don't do the stuff that you're supposed to be doing, you will get in trouble. So we don't want anyone to be in trouble or cause trouble unto other people's spaces as we are traveling on this road. This life is like a road, a pathway, So we are traveling in different roads. Some are traveling in broad, smooth, highways, road like the highways we see in the cities out there, Others are traveling, in narrow path footpath, kwa Kiswahili tasoma vichochoro, those are very narrow, dusty roads, that you find you're working, especially like when you're in the squatter camps, you feel there are just dusty, small pathways that people walk through, that's what we call vichochoro. Those are not a barabara. The barabara is a road, it's just those dusty, small that pass it through the bushes, stuff like that. So there are some who are traveling the narrow road, so our traveling is not the same, but the important is we are all traveling, so in our traveling, you are bound to meet stuff. I don't know if you're gonna say I need stuff, to keep up with this stuff. So I'll stuff my stuff in a big stuff, even if I'm searched, in the staff room. You check what I'm saying. But others just decide to face, scenarios, the stuff of life, to go through it, with their sober sense. Somebody says now, like, we walk on hot coals, barefooted, but with nerves of steel and platinum souls. You check what I'm saying. I think it was Sun Tzu. I don't know, the art of war. Yes, so yeah, the others have those principles of facing up with the scenarios of life, sober and head on. They catch the bull with their horns, they don't beat around the bush, around umqomo, and abagudli iguma njengembuzi, isisho sesinguni. That's when you are going round and round, speaking parabolically, rhetorical like that, not going straight to the point. You say, so yeah, get to the point is what Sizzla used to say in one of his songs. So yeah, and others don't get to the point, they go around, wasting time and energy, you see. So yeah, we are all traveling, the nature of our traveling, is according to the individual, So yeah, we're taking this road, as what the life actually, then the vehicle is your life, you are the driver of your life. So you are driving in this road, so where you want to go, but how you gonna get there, you might not know, because maybe you don't know the road, maybe you don't know your way out, but these days it's good because technology has advanced. You have the map, the Google map on the car that you just, what that's called, the
GPS.
Oh, GPS, because GP is Gauteng province.
And then the S. What
So
about that? Oh, God.
Yeah, people, so yeah, technology has expanded. We have these things that we use, to give us the direction, to show us where we are going. You check. So yeah, you might not know how you're gonna get where you are going, but the important thing is you feel, what you are feeling. You know there is a calling in you. There is a purpose to your life. There is a sense to your life, and you have this zeal, to manifest this sense, this purpose, this goal. You have a plan, in your life. You don't know how you're gonna reach up to your plan. Maybe you wanna establish an organization, establish a company, maybe establish like marriage institution, family institution. You have the thing, you have this dream, this desire to achieve that, but you don't know, where is your partner? Even if you have the partner, you don't know where you are gonna get to that point where you're saying like, this is it, we are tying the knots now. So there are processes for each and everything. You have to go through processes, through grounds, through phases, through scenarios, through times, until you get there, So the important thing is getting there. It's not about, the journey between, So the journey between is done in two ways. There is you might understand, okay, I go this way. But then as you are traveling on the road, trust me, you're not just driving the way you like. You're not driving your car the way you like. There are commands. There are set roads, the traffic rules. There are traffic signs also that tell you how to drive, where to drive also, like you are driving fast, then the next thing, like you think it's a dead end, but no, it's just a turn. It's not a dead end, it's a turn, Maybe they are saying like Men at Work. You see those signs, like that triangular thing that's put on the road, like Mense van Werk. They say that, is that Afrikaans? Or what language is that? Mense van Werk.
I think it's African. It has to be.
Men at Work.
It's not Sepedi, it's not Zulu. It's not English, so it has to be African.
Are you sure it's not Chivend?
It can't be.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, so you see those signs, that tell you that there is a construction maybe along the way. There are people that are busy on the road along the way. Sometimes it's a road accident or it's an ambulance. There are always signs, that guide you in your driving. So also in life, it is like that. We have laws, we have values, we have principles, that determine, that influence, that guides, that command also how we behave, that shape our behavioral pattern on a day-to-day basis, because we are not just living alone. We are living in the context of, in the social context where like we are interacting with other people. The energies that we project get into other people's spaces. The energies they project, they get into our spaces. So nobody would like to find like there are people that projecting negative energy into their space always, consistently, more often, more frequent, negative energy. Everyone will love to absorb positive energies from other people. So we project energy through the things that we do, the things that we say, the expressions of our emotions, So on your day-to-day basis, wherever you are, be it in church, there are laws of church. They'll tell you, some church, they'll tell you even how to dress. You don't come here with your trousers if you're a woman, you don't put up shorts here in our church, you dress this way, Others say, you dress those skin height, in those skin heights. Be like Shaka Zulu when you come to our church. We don't like these fashions when you coming to our church. Know your story. Each and every church or a religious institution, have its own set laws. You pray at this time. You don't pray at that time. You pray this way specifically. You don't pray that other way. They have their specific rules and ways and commands. So you have to abide by that, so that at the end of the day, you remain relevant, and compatible with the vibe of this institution. So even if you are at school, there are rules, not just for students, but even for teachers and all the staff, that are working, taking care of the garden, taking care of infrastructure, taking care of the security staff, everyone, for each and everyone, there are set rules, that govern how we harmonize relations, how we become productive within this institution, So even if like it's a company where you are working, there's a code of conduct, that you also sign into. It's in the contract. You bind yourself that this is how I'm going to behave. This is how I'm going to dress. This is how I'm going to speak. I'm not just going to speak English, but I'll speak this English formally. I'm not just going to speak isiZulu, but I'll speak isiZulu formally. Ngeke uze ngabonjayam you saying jayam to your manager. Anjayam ngicavi ifarayde ngiyabona. You don't speak that language. That's thought style. So thought style is an indication that this one is like tsotsi, is bound to steal something here. So speak proper, accurate, formal language in the workspace, so that you remain there, so that you even like add value and command of respect to the institution, to the company. So governmentally, we have the constitution, that is the binding, principle that guides how we live as citizens of that specific country. The constitution is based on the belief systems, that of those that instill those laws, the bills, the rights, the acts, the articles, the sub-acts, if you see the parliament session, you'll hear the point of order according to section ban act, you don't do that. I always like the language of parliament, because some of these things we don't know about them. We don't know about the constitution as citizens. We are not educated, but we expected to live and be bound by this constitution that we don't know. But you get to know when you listen to parliament section, especially when they are quarreling. I like the parliament, especially when they are quarreling, because that is where we get some truths about even the parliamentarians in their private lives and in their public office things. You'll never knew that somebody stole public money from public coffers until you hear it in parliament. When they're still pointing fingers at each other, you check what I'm saying. You never know that somebody's, had some currency hidden under a mattress. You'll hear it when it's coming out from the parliament, when they are quarreling now. You check. So yeah, I like parliament, especially when they are quarreling, because after all, parliament. poverty continues in our life spaces, crime continues in our life spaces. You go to the clinics, the queues, elderly people, we call them senior citizens. It's winter, chilly cold. They're just there in the open space in the queue, lining to be taken care of. They come, these sisters, with their phone, and these young brothers, with their phone, they're busy, talking to whoever, instead of attending to these people, so that you get clinic and hospital are all about sicknesses. Sicknesses is pain. Somebody might die along the way in the queue,